Hey everyone, welcome back to Cracking the GRE Math Subject Test. We're on Calculus 2, and this is question number 3. So in this question we are asked to find the area of a triangle whose vertices are these 3 points, and I'll just call these point A, point B, and point C. And if you think about it, this triangle kind of looks like this. If we draw the coordinate axes, let's say this is the z-axis, this is the y-axis, now this will be our x-axis, and this will be our y-axis. So one point is at 0, 0, 1, which is around here. Another point is at 0, 2, 0, so that's going to be over here. And the third point is at 3, 0, 0, which is right around here. So if we connect the dots, we get something like this. Okay, so we're looking for this area. So what you have to remember in order to solve this problem is that if you take two vectors, for example, let's say I take the vector going from, let's just mark these, A, B is going to be here, and this is C. So for example, if I take this vector, C to A, and I take this other vector, C to B, and I take their cross product, then I will get the area of the parallelogram that these two vectors span. In other words, if I if I draw another triangle over here, then the cross product, the magnitude of the cross product of these two vectors is going to be the area of this parallelogram, which is exactly double the area of the triangle that we're interested in. So what we have to do is to find the cross product of these two vectors. We could have used any pair of vectors that comes out of one of the vertices, but let's just use this one. Let's call this U, and let's call this V. And what we want to do is we want to take U cross V, and then we'll take the magnitude of this vector. Remember, the cross product of two vectors is a vector, and then we'll take half of that, and that will be our answer. So this will be the area of the triangle. Okay? So what is U cross V? Well, U is going to be, first of all, let's write what U is. U, you have to, in order to find U, we have to take where the vector ends, that's A, and subtract where it begins, so that's C. So that's going to be 0 minus 3 is negative 3, and then we have a 0 minus 0 and a 1 minus 0, so that's U. And V is going to be B minus C, so that's going to be 0 minus 3, which is negative 3, and then 2 minus 0 is 2, and then 0 minus 0 is 0. Okay, so these are our two vectors. Now remember, in order to find the cross product, we have to make a determinant, where the first row is I, J, K. The second row is one of the vectors, negative 3, 0, 1, and the third row is the second vector, so negative 3, 2, 0. Okay, so what's this determinant going to be? Well, it's going to be something times I minus something else times J plus a third thing times K. And remember to find the things in the parentheses. So we take the determinant of, so for I, we're going to take the determinant of 0, 1, 2, 0. That's going to be a negative 2. And to find the determinant, or the coefficient of J, we're going to take the determinant of negative 3 times 0 minus negative 3 times 1. So that's going to be a positive 3. Right, minus negative 3 times 1, yeah, so that's a positive 3. And then for K, we're going to take the determinant of this part, so that's going to be negative 6 minus 0. In other words, our cross product is going to be the vector negative 2, negative 3, negative 6. So that's what this cross product is. So now we're taking 1/2 of the magnitude of this vector, -2, -3, -6. Alright, what's the magnitude of this vector? Well, that's going to be square root of -2 squared is 4, -3 squared is 9, -6 squared is 36, which is 4 plus 9 is 13, and 36 is 49. Square root is 7. So our answer is 7/2, which is B.